Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go in what hopefully should be the last episode in this series. Now don't worry, I'm not done with live streaming after I'm done this. I do plan on going into my landing on all the planets series with that. Well, the only planet I got left to land on, that's being a stock series. The only planet left in that series to conquer is Eve. So that's, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, is what I'll be doing next week. Because here, all I got, well, I got Bob and I got Bill. They're on the surface of Ike. I left them exactly where they were at the end of last week's stream. And what we need to do is get them back up to our mothership, the Ike 1, with Jebediah and Val, and return them back to Kerbin. I mean, seriously, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. That's all I'm going to say. So why don't we start off with actually just, well, getting them aboard. They've collected, I believe, all the science they have to collect. Yep. Bob did his obligatory... I'm going to do a quick save before the ladder. I'm nervous about ladders now. But Bob did his obligatory golf swing. And otherwise, all we got to do... Oh, really? Really? You're getting stuck there? Okay, fine. He's up that way. Oh, wait. I think I can make this... Okay. Bob's going to use his EVA pack for this, but... we can do it. Oh, how can he still be stuck? Fine. Fine. Thankfully, Ike's gravity, I believe it's less than the moon's. Like, we should be able to just... Right? There he goes. You know, you test those ladders, and they still become a pain. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there is something definitely strange going on there. Okay, Bill, you're going to have less adventures, aren't you? We're going to leave Ike's dusty surface. Ike seems a little more charcoal-y to me than the moon does. It's very moon-like, but you know, there we go. But, you know, just a little more dusty looking, I think, than anything else. Okay, so, yeah, we got to get ourselves up to our ship. So, our ship is going around here. We're going to set that as a target. Now, it is in a 16-kilometer orbit, so probably the best plan is just to launch ahead of it and let it catch up to us. So that means I'm going to put myself into a higher orbit. And we don't have a signal right now because clearly our silly little... But we should get one as soon as we get... That should be good. Obviously, my ascents from Ike is a little bit inexperienced. Okay, SAS on. We got to go eastward. So, I think just, you know, I'm going to quick save. I'm going to do a lot of quick saves in this. I get nervous. The closer I get to the finish line, the more nervous I get. Off to the east we go. And we're going to go... I don't know. I think we have a lot of fuel. Whoops. Oh, where's my... sorry, I gotta realize something. 26 kilometers. That's turned out. Ooh, get ourselves a night. We always get these beautiful... looks at... Let's put on our... Kerbal Engineer report. Kerbal Engineer Redux stuff there. So we're in a 27-kilometer about orbit there. But I think we got a lot of... I can say these words. A lot of fuel. So I don't see this is going to be as big an issue. And then we'll ditch this lander after we get all the science out of it. Again, I still don't have a signal. But, you know, I only realized this recently. But... I still have all that probe control stuff, even though I have no signal, even though I don't have a pilot aboard, because I guess that's good enough. It's like the instructions for flying the ship are in the probe. The probe is there to make it easier. The probe body's there to make it easier for our kerbals to do what they need to do. Okay, where are we in terms of apoapsis? Okay, we'll just get up here a little bit more. Hello, everybody in the stream. Welcome. All right. So this is just to circularize, and then we'll see about getting ourselves a rendezvous with our target. A little closer. Shouldn't take too much to finish this off. Do a little thrusty busty here. Yeah, this is gonna work. Engine still has lots of ignitions. Yep. And we got Bill. Bill can fix things. Bill's a fixer. Let's reduce the throttle a little bit, because I noticed my time to apoapsis is getting away. Maybe even pitch down a little. There we go. And maybe get a little, try that one more time. Just get this a little bit more approximating a circle. I was pulling that prograde a little bit towards the north here because I noticed where the target icon was. I hope that's fixing up the inclination. The Ike 1 isn't quite, whoops, I should do more burning and less talking. The Ike 1 isn't quite in a equatorial orbit. Alright, let's see how that did. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works. Hopefully I didn't... Cannot make a maneuver node. Oh, you stinker McDinker pants. That's because... Oh, where's Kerbin and all? Where's the sun? I would think we should have a signal. I put a relay. I could bring the Ike 1 out to it. That might be a better plan. Because I can't make a maneuver node. Let's switch over to the Ike 1. Just real quick. Might do this the other way around. Alright, so... Here we have a signal. Don't I have a relay antenna aboard? Or did I not put one on? Isn't this a relay antenna? That's a relay antenna. Why isn't it relaying the signal? I'm a little confused on that front. Put our lander back there. Lander. There. Okay. I'm not quite sure. Oh, here. I'm hitting the wrong button. That doesn't help. Yeah, for some reason it's not. Oh, it is relaying it. Let's go back. Okay. It says here it's relaying, so let's switch back to here. Okay, we're doing some switching. I don't know why that relaying wasn't happening. If I get the maneuver node plotted, then I don't have to... then it's okay if I don't have a signal, but I can't actually make the maneuver node. Oh, this is weird. Maybe because that relay's not strong. I don't know. I'm getting... Okay, we'll figure... I'm not going to worry about it. Switch to... I thought the relay... The relay by itself is not strong enough to reach all the way back to the KSC, but... I thought the relay would combine its strength with these antennas so that all it really had to do was relay out to the lander. But clearly, I am wrong in that assumption. So there we go. Learn something. That's okay. We can make this work. So we're going to set that as a target. We're just going to have to do this the other way around. Actually, getting in a little bit of a higher orbit probably isn't a bad thing anyway. Because we are kind of low. Now there is a bit of an inclination difference between our two orbits. 5-degree inclination difference. Oh, shoot. My life. This is why I like the little widgety tool. Okay, let's try this again. I pulled it and clearly messed up something. I don't like how... Okay, wait a second. I'm getting a decent one here. Maybe I should just go for over here. It's close to the descending node. Just call it there. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, that's getting closer. I got a 2.3 kilometers, 2 kilometer separation, 1.9 kilometer separation. I should be able to make this work. 1.9, 1.8, 1.6. That's close enough. We'll make this work. Okay, so we got this burn coming up in just 12 minutes. Jeb and Val, you gotta go get them. Hopefully these aren't going to give me issues. If one of those goes, we don't have a bill. We do not have a bill to fix it, so... Oh well, let's just see what that happens. Now, I'm noticing this is a really, really short burn. So let's see if we can... let's churn all of these throttles to 25%. So quarter thrust. 25%. 25%. Now it's a 5-second burn. It makes me feel better. It's just too sensitive otherwise. Okay, so I learned something about the relays. That's okay. We can make this work anyway. And the more I think about it, the more I probably would have wanted to push this off into a higher orbit, because I was looking at Ike on the KSpedia and its stats, and its highest elevation is 12.5 kilometers above sea level. So we're actually not clearing the highest elevation by all that much, and if we end up doing a very big burn, it doesn't hurt to be in a higher orbit. Okay. Ourselves a little closer here. Put this on the approach indicators. Now, people that were watching this or that caught the stream from last week know that their trip out here was far from uneventful. So hopefully the return journey will be a little less harrowing. Now, what I don't have is RCS to fine-tune this. Well, I overdid it just a little bit, but I'm just going to live with it. I was looking at the wrong intersect. It's intersect 2 we're going for. So that's going to be in 27 minutes. I have to make sure to get all of the science out of that lander. It's one of the things I'm... Oh, okay. Notice the times went a little funny on me. When you're time warping, that sometimes happens. Okay, put this on target, put this on retrograde relative to the target. Still about 2 kilometer separation, so there's definitely some shortening we can do here. But then once we're close, we'll switch to the lander. How far are we from the lander? We're, 3.7 kilometers from the lander, so we are pretty close. Let's just sort of push this in the right direction, and then we'll take a look. There's a plane change happening here, too. Oh, I forgot. I still got the thrust limiter way down, too. Probably put that back. Well, maybe not yet. Okay, kilometer closest approach. 900 meters, 800 meters, 700 meters, 600 meters, 500 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters, oh, that was starting to go back up. Okay, put you back on here. Where is our lander? It's there somewhere. You should be able to see it. Ah! Had to hit F4. Every once in a while, F4 toggles those nodes on and off, and every once in a while, I don't know, I just hit them, I guess. I want to see it. There we go. 2 kilometers away. What's our orbit like? No, I want my orbit to be better than this. So we'll let ourselves get in a little bit closer. I really would prefer not to get into a whole lot of burns with these engines. We'll get Bill to service them though. I'm a little bit gun shy with the what happened last week with one of those engines failing on me during a crucial capture burn. So I'm just keeping the throttle really low so that this time doesn't increase, but just bringing down this distance. Getting very close now. Whoa, just stick that sucker on the retrograde. Just gonna let this burn, bring this distance even further down. It is burning, by the way. I do have a little bit of throttle. You can't see the plumes, but they're there. I'm gonna cut it soon, though. I'm also looking at I want this to be a reasonable circular orbit. Okay. And this craft isn't what you would call nimble. All right. Oh, I'm still locked to retrograde. That's why it keeps wanting to push back that way. Okay, final little push here. Again, the idea being just to get our relative velocity and our orbit to something. This is getting closer and closer to being a circular orbit the more I do this. But I think it's pretty good. Alright, we're about a minute away. Still 2 point... What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this around to prograde relative to the target. And I'm going to dock the lander on this docking port here, rather than the one that's at the back. From last stream, I lost the lander. It kind of jiggled out of there. And what I think probably happened is when I time warped, there was probably, even though the lander is in here clean, it was probably too close to some of these other parts. And the game, while I was time warping, thought there was some colliding going on and probably knocked the lander loose. At least that's my theory. I'm going to stick with that. So we're going to put the lander onto the other docking port at the other end. And to be honest, there's no reason why it couldn't have been there pretty much the whole time. But it's what I did. Okay, let's see. We're going to control from here. We're coming in fast. Come on. Where is our ship? RCS. I don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get... don't hit it. I'm just pushing out of the way. Okay, there we go. I cut that a little bit too tight. Just get out of the way. Alright, that was less than stellar, wasn't it? Okay, maybe we will go. Okay, control from here. Okay, we're going for this one now. Set that as a target. Oh my gosh. I thought I gave myself plenty of time. No, 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 no. Now we're chasing it. Well done, sir. Alright, we will go with the back again. And close these doors. That was funny. I was going to go at the front, but now I'm going to go at the back. Almost had a I don't know how close that came. That was closer than I probably would have liked. At the end, I just changed the attitude of this so that it was parallel to that solar panel, because that's the thing I was worried about the most, that we clocked that solar panel. I do have repair kits aboard, so I suppose I could have fixed it if that happened, but better not to do it. But it did look like I did not miss by much. Alright, so what did I miss? What did I miss? Bob and Bill have lifted off of the surface of Ike, are now coming into our mothership, the Ike 1. We're going to transfer them aboard. We're going to transfer the science aboard. We're going to probably steal a little bit of resources as well. Ditch the lander and then start thinking about... Yeah, there's no more hydrogen. I know that ran out a long time ago. And then start thinking about sending this thing home. So, let's see. Transfer crew. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. Bob, up to here you go. And Bill. And I should be able to just transfer all of the science data here. It's the nice thing with Kerbalism is you don't have to EVA. I still got tons and tons of science. So all this stuff should all be stowed. You can see the cupula module there highlighting. It should all be stowed up there. No, there's still stuff down there, isn't there? I guess it can't take samples. Doesn't have sample slots? Okay, maybe can I store it in here? It's the samples that are still in the lander. Where's the transfer stuff? Science. Crew report. Oh, maybe. No, there must be. There's no transfer data here button. Okay, wait a second. Here. According to this, I have 120 slots available. But all of this junk, I can see the lander. Just want to get my science up there. Transfer data here. No, the samples are still down there. Just give me a moment. Okay. But I don't see the transfer data here, which makes me think that the HAB module here can't do it. Should have put one of those science for like next to nothing. I could have put one of those science parts. How about the... Can you transfer data to this? Are you telling me that I'm going to have to abandon all of my samples? I might have to abandon all of my samples. Now, the probe body might have sample slots. That's very true. And there is a probe body, though there can't be many. There is a probe body up here. I might have my sample slots all full. But it says I got 120, but they might all be down here in the lander can and stuff like that. Transfer data here. So a lot of it is still down there. I have me a feeling. I think I might have to leave some samples behind. Some poor planning on my part. I'm sure you can't stow anything in here. Oh, while I'm looking at this, I got 115 days and 5 hours to my next harvest. So what I should do is just add an alarm. This is just, last harvest caught me by surprise. They might need that food, so I do want to make sure. So we got a harvest coming up in 115 days. Yeah, just leave it like that. And no repeats. Yep. Just boom. Just a flat out one like that. Okay, that'll remind me to do that, but I think that's it. Can't a scientist grab the samples? They sure a scientist sure can grab the samples, but I do not think I can try that, but I do not think there's anywhere for him to store said samples. I think the sample slots up at the top, I think there are some in here, but I think they are full. And which is really dumb because if I oh no, 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 watch out for the hat ring. We gotta go get Bob. Oh, for goodness sakes. Tell you it's an adventure. Okay, anyway, Bob doesn't have any monopropellant aboard because of a dumb glitch. So what we're gonna do, I was just following him to make sure he doesn't end up hitting that ring. That would have been bad. Jebediah or Valentina, one of you two. Come on, transfer crew. Somebody's got to go get him. Jeepers creepers, where's the there's too many buttons now. Valentina, get in here. Undock. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm on Bob. There's what I need to be on. TR. Oh my gosh. Can I target him through here? Celestial, I don't see Kerbal. Oh, EVAs? Bob. All right, I can target him. Nice, nice, nice. There we go. So what I gotta do... If I knew that I had quick saved not that long ago, I can't remember the last time I quick saved, I would have just reverted back, but... Oh my gosh. Okay. So I gotta get in close enough so that Bob might open this up too, because we might be able to catch him in there. What kind of inventory? Whatever. We'll work this out. What's in the inventory here? I should have also looked. Yeah, I don't have... I do have spare EVA packs. Oh, if Bob gets close enough, he can do the EVA trick. So that's all I got to do. He doesn't even need to grab. I just need to get close enough for Bob to access this inventory and he can fix it. Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah, Bob did not follow the EVA checklist. So, let's not just simply run into him. It's nice that I can target him, though. Get down to a really low... Okay, now back to Bob. Nope, that's Valentina. Bob. Now, what I should be able to do, if I open up this inventory... Pin, inventory, be fast. Open up Bob's inventory. And just do this. Boom, 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 boom. And Bob should now have... Oh my gosh. Okay, now this was all about... This was all about seeing if I can get some of the samples that are out of here, right? So if I can, is there a take data? So Bob just grabbed a whole pile of stuff from there. I don't know if there's anything. There's something in there and something in there. So Bob's just grabbed all those samples. Now you would think if Bob can hold the samples, he can just keep them in his pockets. You think you should be able to get them into the ship. Okay, you know what? EVA Bob back. We're good for monoprop, right? Oh my gosh. I'm going to EVA. I didn't go into the... I was just about to go into the lander, but then he would have ended up storing those experiments back in the lander can. But what if I just simply take him back here and then board? I would... I don't know. We'll see what happens. If that fixes the problem. If not, then... Again, this is the last... Cheapers! Mike, come on! This is the last... Coming in a little hot there. This is the last of this series, so I honestly really don't care about the science. I mean, I should, but I kind of don't. Okay, grab board. All right. So, in my books, I do not see any of that stuff. There's no... I think I might have just lost it all. Because I don't see it here. See that? How these are all the datas from the stuff that's being transmitted, but all the samples are gone. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done. This is getting too stupid. Go ships, Ike 1. Back we go. Valentina, you're getting back aboard here. That way. There we go. Don't care. I gave it the college try. I don't care. Yeah, I'm going to dock on the nose now. I'm seeing that in the chat. You can dock on the nose now? Yeah, I'm going to dock on the nose. Not going to do that. Valentina's going to do a much better job than Bill and Bob did, that's for sure. Yeah, so there's no more data in here. Bob did take it, but I don't know. Bob got hungry on the EVA back and ate the samples. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We're docking here. Set as target. This thing has some weak thruster blocks on it. I don't know if I'm filling people full of confidence that I'm actually going to be capable of getting these folks back. We're having enough trouble just with this. Okay, it's enough time warping. Should be able to push it. Yes, that way, that way. I can't see the... No, I think I... No. This is good. I'm doing it right. Okay, let's slow down. We're going awful fast. Oh boy, chasing. There's no use for monopropellant, by the way, once this is docked, so I don't feel too bad about this. Just slow down. Oh my gosh. What did I say about Valentina? She was going to do a better job? I lied. Okay, now she's got this lined up. I think I'm just in a hurry and I'm just not taking my time, which doesn't help. You know, I realized as well as I was going to deorbit this thing on RCS, or at least get it down to a lower orbit. But I'm realizing this is not going to be able to fly without a Kerbal at all, because it can't reach home. It's got no connection. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Valentina, get back aboard. Okay, so we're done, right? There's no... Yeah, that's empty. Okay, let's get some resources happening here. So I want to... Where's my TAC fuel balancer thing? There it is. All the monoprop. Where's the monoprop? All the monoprop I want in the lander can that I can. There's a ton in... Oh, good. Great, because this thing doesn't even have... Oh, wait, no. Should have at least a little bit. Because if I need to do an EVA, I want to have some... Because the game uses monoprop to fill up their EVA packs. So... That should be good. Okay, I'm just back to where I was. Okay, liquid fuel. I want to steal all the liquid fuel out of here that remains. So, that is... Right? Yeah, here. So this is going to be out. Because we're going to obviously leave the lander behind. And any food, water, nitrogen... All that kind of stuff, too. Oh, it's out of nitrogen. Wow. I gotta be a little careful. Oh, I had a ton of nitrogen to start with. That's why. Food. Lander can out. Take whatever snacks happen to be in there. Carbon dioxide I actually need for my plants, so I'm not gonna... Carbon dioxide, there's none in there anyway. Electricity, food, hydrogen, liquid, nitrogen, oxidizer, oxygen. I'd like your oxygen, please. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. There we go. There's a lot of oxygen aboard, actually. Oh, I'm really at a low speed here. There we go. Oxygen. RCS rocket. Waste? Nope, there's no waste containers. Waste atmosphere, waste water, water. Water. I'll take your water lander can. And I'm kind of inclined... I think I'm going to hang on to the lander can until just before... Let's put these back up to 100. I'm just thinking about it. To just before we're ready to make our ejection, even though we're going to lose it. Because if I ditch it now, it's just... I don't think I have the ability to deorbit. I guess I could ditch it now and then just clean it. Why don't I do that? That makes way more sense. Let's ditch it. Ditch it now. Undock. And just clean up my orbit a little bit. Getting ready for departure. That makes way more sense. So somewhere in all that, I did lose all my samples. Goodbye, legendary lander. The lander did a good job. I should have put... And it's such a small little light part. I really underutilize it. Is I really should have put on one of those experiment storage kits. That would have solved it. It has a bazillion slots. I just didn't think about it. But, oh well. Can't think of everything. So I'm going to put this up to a 30 by 30 orbit. My inclination is 2.8 degrees. I might even zero that. We'll see. And then that will put us in an orbit where I don't have to worry about ever encountering that lander again. It's just going to stay... This thing is just going to stay in orbit because I'll switch to it once I'm finished this little burn. I'm only 10 seconds away from my apoapsis, so I want to just change my orbit here a bit. But I'll switch to it once I'm done this little burn here. Oh boy, it's not. Stop pulsing. There we go. Let's switch to this. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have zero control of this, unfortunately, because my relay doesn't work the way I thought it would. Okay. So we're saying bye to the lander. We're just going to, again, let's get to periaps, or wait a minute, apoapsis. And push up my periapsis. Just transmitting away all of that science, which is good. That will mean our electricity demands. So, for the future, the relay is kind of its own thing. It doesn't really... I think that's unfortunate. I would have thought it would have worked the way I thought it would have worked. But, of course, that's why I did it that way. Up. Okay, so, prograde. Ah, shoot, I got to spin around. I'm a little too close. So again, I'm just making I'm bringing down the eccentricity of my orbit is really what this is. There we go. So it's pretty much 30 by 30 now. I'm happy with that. Now, I'm going to do... I got 2,099 meters per second of delta V left. I do have my return to Kerbin, and according to this, a total delta V here of 1,622. That includes both the ejection from Duna. Unfortunately, this is set up for Duna. And my capture at Kerbin. But I want to do an experiment. So according to this, my ejection from Duna is 546 meters per second. I want to see, and that's assuming that I go all the way back down to a low orbit about Duna and then eject out, which I'm not going to do. I'll explain what I'm going to do in a second, but I want to do a little bit of an experiment. First of all, I want to make sure, because I'm going to do some time warping, I want to make sure these panels are good. Okay. It may be cheaper, let's get rid of this signal. It may be cheaper to eject straight out of Ike's orbit, straight out of low orbit about Ike, and take advantage of Ike's motion around Duna. So for instance, where were we? Here we go. If I want, actually I'm not far off from the right spot. I want to eject out of Duna going in this direction, left on your screen. And Ike is pretty much in the right spot that I can use part of Ike's velocity to help me accomplish that. So I'll show you what I mean. And what I'm interested in is, if I do that, will it come out to be less than 546? Because if it does, this is my cheaper way to go. I'm hoping this is making some sense. And I do have a video where I did pretty much the same thing coming out from... You know what I'm going to do? No, here. Pretty much doing the same thing coming out of from Joule, and I was in orbit around Lathe. I did a whole tutorial on this. I'm in orbit about Lathe. What's the best way to get back to Kerbin? And it turned out the best way to get back from Kerbin from low orbit about Lathe is to blow straight out from low orbit about Lathe, not to, you know, just to So I'm just going to experiment with, I think I can do this cheaper, just leaving straight from here. I'm going to go with that theory. Let's see. So I'm just playing with the timing here a bit, really more than anything. And obviously the timing of this is all wrong for getting a Kerbin intersect. But all I need to do is, can I get down to Kerbin's orbit less cheaply? Right? Ah, see that? So that is getting my periapsis, and I've hardly optimized this, but my periapsis is now down around where Kerbin's orbit is, right? And I can probably do it cheaper than this, but because I wasn't playing with it for too long. But this is just a 451 meter per second burn. What's happening is I'm taking advantage of the fact that Ike has speed coming around Duna. So I'm kind of, if you time it right, use that speed to give you the extra speed you need to eject yourself out from here. And I am getting getting down to Kerbin's orbit for only 451, and I can probably do it for cheaper. Yet Duna's here saying it's going to be 446, so I'm saving myself over 100 meters per second. So I think I'm not going to get out of Ike's orbit. I think I'm going to do it this way. This is my experiment. So there we go. So 546. Okay, we're going to go with that. So I think really all I got left to do now, I'm going to center this on Duna and come out here. Let's get to our transfer window. I should be able to, oh, that's the wrong, there we go. You can show the phase angle. So my phase angle's wrong. So we got to wait until Duna, until this catches up with Duna. Right? Our phase angle's not right with Kerbin. No, that's not going to happen for another year and 58 days. I was considering playing around with seeing if I can find a sooner way out of here, but I don't think I really need to do that. The only thing that's got me concerned is it says here that I have only 244 days of water, but I think that's because it's not counting, you know, like there's a water recycler and they're all on, but probably the containers are empty, and I suspect it's not counting that. At least I hope that's the way it works, or else we're going to be in trouble. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is just close this, and I think I'm just going to do some time warping. And hopefully, and really keep an eye on the water. Yeah, the water keeps bouncing up to perpetual. You see that? So I think I'm okay. You know what? Stop for a second. Let's do a quick save before I get too far with this. Quick save. Okay, let's do this. So we're really going to start time warping here. So we got to time warp about a year. Ike 1 batteries are almost empty. That makes no difference. That was inevitable. There we go. Yeah, we're transferring away our data. We also got to make sure to do our harvest here. Okay, now I'm at full time warp. This makes me nervous. There's always something about time warping with all of these resources. Solar panel malfunction on the Minmus 2B. That doesn't matter. These are just old probes that are now failing. As long as my Kerbals here stay alive, everything is fine. Okay, I'm coming close to harvest time. A problem with a reaction wheel. A problem with a light. I'm getting all these warnings about ships. Okay, Minmus Relay 2 is gone for good. We're going to see more and more of those. Okay, we're coming to our first harvest here. This is great. Crop is ready for harvesting. Okay. So back to here. Oh shoot, this is locked on. Don't do that. That was locked on programming. It was spinning itself around. So we did a lot of time warping there. About 150 something days of time warping, and everything seemed to go okay. I'm noticing my water is still at 243 days, so it has not changed. So that makes me feel good. I really think the water actually may be pretty close to being perpetual. Because the greenhouse, I don't know, there's a water recycler going on that's reusing the wastewater. It can't be 100%, but I think it's close enough. Okay, harvest, harvest, harvest. More food. So we are greenhouse here, so we're ready to harvest. So right now we have 1 year and 244 days of food, and if I press the harvest button, it's now 270 days of food. Nice! And our next harvest isn't for another 200 days, so we'll get rid of this. Add in another alarm here for another harvest. Our space, that's our second crop, by the way. Our second space crop. 200 days. Oh wait, let's go with 199 days, so it's a little earlier. There we go. Okay, and we'll do a quick assessment on our kerbals here. They seem very comfortable. 4% stress is the only number I see that's not a 0. They are still living if we go down here to their habitat. And oh, comfort's now down. Oh, they just lost the ability just because we're on the wrong side of Ike. They can't call home because Ike's in the way. But that'll rectify itself very shortly. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to do another quick save. And do some more time warping. And hopefully this is where... I guess I'm quick saving before I do this, so that's cool. Solar panel malfunction. I could go through and turn off all of those, but I have to go through vessel by vessel to turn these warnings off, and I just don't want to do that. Oh my gosh, that gravity scan just got transmitted just now. How did that take so long? That is just weird. Okay, we finally have transmitted all our data. Oh, it takes 90 days just to collect the gravity scan. I forgot about that. Still going good. Got a warning here on low supplies. Oh, yeah. I got to stop that. Not worry about that. That is wild, that oh, the static is because they keep losing radio contact with... Of course, every time they're on the communication shadow of Ike, they're losing radio contact, so that's what all that static is. Ike 1 lander's finally dead. As long as these warnings aren't about the Ike 1, everything else I don't care. Okay, we got ourselves a new crop. Nice. Still 171 days from our ejection. Okay, delete that. Grab this. Harvest. Alright, another 200 days, so add another alarm. This one will be after our ejection. So, yeah, this is sort of one of the things I think when people talk about going to Mars that often in the popular media anyway, I think people who watch a video like this understand completely, but really don't consider how much time anybody that goes to Mars would have to stay there for, because they got to wait for their window to come back. That static is annoying. And I also think, like, I know some people might be a little bit confused on why did I do Ike instead of doing Duna? I think Ike is underappreciated, and I think the same thing when it comes to going to Mars with actual people. Honestly, like, I would think a more sensible approach might be not to make your first mission there to actually land on the Mars. I know it's a long way to go, but Phobos is right there. And that's an easy thing to make contact with. I mean, it's going to be the getting there and getting back. Really, I mean, shouldn't that be a challenge enough? Okay, we're closing in. We're closing in 40 days. I'm going to stop this a little early and plan out my maneuver. I'm seeing in the chat, you can get to Mars in 3.5 days at a constant 1G acceleration, sure. And do we have a vessel capable of doing anything approaching that? Like, no. We got to think about what can be done practically. Okay, so here we are. We're only 1 day from our ejection. We're now 1 year, 384 days into this mission. I'm checking on my Kerbals. They're a little stressed, but only a little. Still under 10% stress. They're still enjoying their habitat. All got smiles on their faces. A good thing I brought the primary original 4 crew. Okay, let's set up. Now, what kind of warning did I give on this? I gave a 24-hour, which is a 4-day warning. Okay. What is Ike's? That's a good question. If I put this on Ike, let's go back. Because we got to get Ike in the right position if we're going to do this. So center this on Ike. Where's our Ike button? Do we have Ike's orbital period? Good. Yes, we do. Ike's orbital period is 3 days. Okay. And we need Ike to be... Where is... Oh, we got... Oh, here. What we can do... Open this up. Show the ejection angle. Actually, this is perfect. This is perfect. Let's tuck this out of the way. This is our eject... This is where we got to make our burn from Duna to go out... this way. I got to really think about this. Does this mean that we want Ike here? I don't know. I think I probably should come around. Let's start playing with this. I really want to play with getting this right. So we're going to blow straight at Ike. You can tell if you got it right. Like, this doesn't feel right for sure. Because your ejection needs to come out this way. You can probably start setting Kerbin as a target. That's exciting. Just trying to get a feel for exactly where Ike should be. I maybe should have thought about this ahead of time, but you know, I didn't. So all I'm going to do is look at my periapsis. If I pop ahead in orbit, so a little further. Yeah, see, all of those makes it better. Now play with the timing. Oh my gosh, yes, that's making it better. Pop ahead a few orbits. Play with the timing. Well, actually, that made it a little worse. Back in orbit. Oh, I'm jumping by 100 seconds. That doesn't help. Okay, so I'm just looking at my closest approach here. Okay. And just trying to get the timing right. So as I do this, I'm just adjusting the timing. It's making it smaller. Okay, now if that's 121,685. Now if I pop ahead in orbit, can I now, just by adjusting the time, and make that better? Of course, that involves me remembering. No, it's worse. It's worse. Okay. Got a plan. So what we're going to do, delete the maneuver. I'm going to time warp. Remember, Ike's period is 3 days, so we're going to get around till Ike is around here, and then we're going to really play with this. Oh, that's setting up this alarm here. Okay, not going to delete it because I still want all those details. I can probably turn off the phase angle. Oh, I already did. Okay, cool. All right, I want to get Ike about here-ish. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can set this up. Out we go. I'm going to try and get this burn as cheap as I can. So here is my periapsis with Kerbin. Definitely needs to come out for like further in this way. Okay. Play with the timing. Okay, so that's 14,885. Now go ahead and orbit. Play with the timing. See, I can get it lower now without making it any. So that means I time warped. Yeah, I stopped my time warp early. Let's go ahead a few orbits. So now it's 14,473, that number there. Pop ahead some orbits. Say 3. Play with the timing. 14,873 or something to that effect. I can't even... Here we go. Now I can see this better. That makes it worse. Oh, that's not... Okay, gotta come back an orbit or two. Just trying to get the right orbit here. So that's 14,582. Come back another orbit. Yeah, that was better. Okay, 14,466. Come back another orbit. Can I get it lower than that? I think that previous one was the better one. Yep. I think this is the orbit I want to be on. Okay, so now let's fine-tune this and get this Kerbin encounter. So I need a little bit more prograde for sure. A little bit more. Oh, there's my Kerbin encounter. Just like bam. Right there, I'm hitting Kerbin. And what do I got? 332 meters per second when this is saying 546. That ain't bad. I'll take that. Okay, let's focus our view on Kerbin. So sorry if that's a little bit confusing. I wasn't really watching the chat through all that. Oh, I think I got to up the number of patches. Where's my patch conic limit? I want to up this up. Apply, accept, resume. Because there's my encounter with Kerbin. Too many SOI changes happening. Okay, let's get back our maneuver. And again, for now, I'm just going to play with the timing of it. Oh, it's really not going to get much better than that. I can get closer this way. We're clearly going to make there we go. Look at that. Okay. Coming in a little closer again, a little bit more. The timing really affects the inclination too. There we are. A little more this way. These are tiny adjustments I'm making, by the way. And by the way, our target is this space plane, which I'm honestly very worried about, and I'll talk about that as we get closer. If worse comes to worse, I could fly up another space plane. Let's see here. Again, let's play. No, 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 no. A little closer still. I'll never burn this precisely anyway, so I don't know who I'm kidding. Getting the inclination reasonable would be, I think, job 1. There's no way in heck I'm going to burn this, but it makes me feel good that I got it, that I got it at least set up that way. Okay, that's going to be it. So just to sort of explain, because I know that was maybe a little bit confusing, kind of what's happening here. So, we can probably ignore this. I'm not exactly sure. Duna, maybe, yeah, I think Ike will be around here maybe. So my burn's coming up in 4 hours and 5 minutes. And what we're doing is we're ejecting straight out of Ike when Ike is going to be around here somewhere. And the velocity we're going to be shooting ourselves from Ike out of is adding to Ike's velocity as it's coming around Duna. We're taking advantage of the fact that Ike's whipping around like this. And that is firing us off in this direction. And that's why we're doing this burn quite a lot cheaper than if I was just sitting in orbit about Duna. So I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to do a quick save. Make sure that isn't... What do we got? Some milestones here. We have performed a... Oh, yeah. All that. And a contract failed. Probably just... Yeah. Probably just expired. I don't care. You're going to hear that a lot from me. I don't care. Okay. F5 again. Time warping. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Now, all these are at full thrust limiter? Yes. Yeah. Oh, I should definitely get Bill out to check those engines. So we'll time warp a little bit, but Bill 100% has to... I haven't serviced those engines in a little bit. Here, we'll get a little closer. Okay. Bill's getting out there. Bill's not going to let go until we make sure he has monopropellant too. Not going to make that mistake again. So, let's see. Bill's inventory. Inventory. There we go. He has monopropellant. Don't want to repeat Bob's mistake. All right, Bill. So his job's just going to be going out here and checking these engines. Maybe I should check other things like solar panels and antennas. Like all of that stuff wears out too. But engines is more critical for now. So inspect the engine. This will last for ages, so it was in good shape. Inspect this engine. Doesn't look used at all as it even turned on, so that one's great. And then finally over here for this engine. It's practical. Okay, so all the engines were ducky. Let's just take a look at our solar panels. Clearly that's going to be an issue if they go. So inspect the solar panel. This will last for ages. If there's a problem, it'll give you the opportunity to service them. And then I'll get in close to this one. Make sure you don't crash into it, Bill, because these are fragile. Oh, do I have to get close to the base? I have to be close to the base. There it is. Inspect. Looks like it's going to fall apart soon. Okay, service that. Good stuff. All right, Bill, you did good. We fixed something. Let's look at antennas, because I think antennas go too. You know what? The rest of it we'll deal with if it breaks. There's redundancy in everything else. We'll deal. We shall deal. Alright, board he goes. Okay, we got our burn coming up in 23 minutes. Getting excited. These folks are getting excited too. They want to head home. Okay, get that locked on. Oh, wait a minute. I got, we haven't used it in a while, but I do have my KOS script. I might as well use that. So, run the good old X-Man script. And we are off. So, that back there. There's this warning here about supplies, but it's just nitrogen. It's based on percentages. And it's only because I used up a ton of nitrogen to inflate the gravity ring. So yeah, now you can see exactly how this is working, right? Where Ike is, we are, you know, we're adding our velocity is Ike's velocity is adding to our velocity and making our trip out cheaper. And that's going to happen if you have a biggish moon relative to the parent body that's in a relatively small or low orbit. That's why this same thing happens with Lathe, because Lathe is a big moon in a pretty low orbit about Joule. So using Lathe to help you kick out is great too. SAS is off because the KOS computer has control. It has turned off SAS. It has taken control away from our pilots. Okay. We will get SAS back once Hal has relinquished control. All right. Okay, and we are off. We are off. So it's at a minute, just a little over a minute for this burn. Not too bad. So I mentioned I'm a little bit worried about the space plane because, well, we're in year 138 days. We still got to go back to Kerbin. So that plane is going to have been sitting in low orbit about Kerbin with nobody maintaining anything for like 2 years. It's just tumbling. And, you know, you saw all the warnings for all the other vessels, solar panels failing, lights failing, reaction wheels failing, all that kind of stuff. And, I don't know. Hopefully it's nothing we can't fix when we get there. All right. Now I'm actually going to watch this from Kerbin's perspective. So let's get out here. Bringing this down. Can I switch? Oh my god, it's hard to click on stuff sometimes. Kerbin. See how close this comes. There's no RCS on this vessel, so I can't... Oh, look at that. I'm coming around and getting a moon encounter, too, if I want to. That's neither here nor there. Let's see how close this gets. Whether it's close or not, it's okay. We'll deal with it with a correction burn. Here it comes. How good is my coding? How good is my coding? I mean, really... You know, don't mean to brag, but I'm that makes me happy. That makes me happy. So we got an 84-kilometer closest approach there. Wow, I don't know. We're barely going to have to change that at all. Okay, so the next step in all this, there's really not much to do, is, again, quick saving and just starting to time warp out of these various SOIs. You can probably get rid of this now safely. And we do have another harvest coming up in only 25 days, so that's a good. That's another high point. But there really shouldn't be any more science to collect. Goodbye, Ike. Okay, we are now. Oh, look at that monstrous eclipse from Ike. That monstrous shadow. That looked cool as it was coming off. Okay, goodbye, Duna and Ike. We had a lot of fun. But we are eager to get ourselves back home. Oh, and I think Yes, I think that marked our transition now back into interplanetary space. There we go. Now we're still got 318 days before we're here. Jeepers creepers. I'll try and see if I can do some adjustments to that, but honestly, I'm not really sure what's going to be necessary. Here, I'll put a maneuver out here somewhere. Back type selection, celestial bodies, Kerbin. Our relative inclination is only 0.9 degrees from Kerbin, so that's pretty good. Okay, bump bump maneuver. Like I'd like, what I'm debating here, let's set this as a target. Do I get any? No. What I'd like is for my inclination relative to Kerbin to be as low as possible. But you know what? I don't think maybe I need to worry about it. I might be worrying about nothing. So I'm wondering if I should do this. That's what I'm thinking. No, 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 I shouldn't do that. What am I thinking about? Back, back, back. Back we go. Because we can capture into an elliptical orbit and then do a really cheap plane change out here if our periapsis is very close to our target. So this is the way to do it. You know what? I'm going to make this... This is a 1/10 of a meter per second burn. It's going to be more expensive if I move it closer, but I think that's a good plan. And then it'll be easier to make the adjustment. So we're going to move that really close. So periapsis right just touching the orbit's what we're shooting for here. So a little bit outwards. There. Now it's a 0.3 meter per second burn. I think I can afford the difference. A little bit this way. Okay. All right. And so that burn is not coming for another 93 days. So again, we're going to quick save before we do any time warping, and we're just going to time warp. One thing I noticed about the gravity ring, people are talking about the gravity ring in the chat, is that when I time warp, the gravity ring doesn't go faster. So why can't I move the camera around? It's being weird. What view am I on? Here, orbital. There we go. The gravity ring doesn't go faster as I time warp. See that? So that's sort of funny. The other thing I did is between the two streams, I actually worked out how many G's they're pulling in this ring. What is the gravity like? And if you want, it's a pretty simple formula to calculate. It's just R times omega squared is the formula to remember to figure out what is the acceleration of something moving around in a circle. So R is simply the radius, distance from the center of the rotation out to wherever the Kerbal's feet are. And omega is the angular velocity, the rate at which it is rotating, but it has to be in radians per second. So for those people that aren't familiar with radians, I can understand a radian. Oh, do I have a harvest? I think I got a harvest. I'm getting distracted. Emergency harvest. Why do I... No, I don't want to do an emergency harvest. I still got 2 days. Okay, never mind. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. For those people that don't know what a radian is, it's just a different measure. It's a different unit at which you can measure angles. People are pretty familiar with degrees. A radian really is just a simpler degree, is really what it is. It's like the difference between an inch and a centimeter. But But the thing you got to remember is that there are 2 pi radians in a complete rotation, a complete circle. So all you got to do is time how long it takes to do a complete rotation, and I timed that. It was easy enough to do. It was 10 seconds to do a complete rotation. So the angular velocity in radians per second is simply 2 pi divided by 10. You have to square that by the formula, and then you got to multiply by the radius, which I measured in the VAB to be 5 meters, pretty much exactly 5 meters. So 5 meters times 2 pi over 10 squared, and that comes out to be oh, I didn't write the actual number, but it comes out to be about 2 meters per second squared, which is about 0.2 of a G. It's almost exactly 0.2 or 1/5 of a G. So in other words, when they're in this ring, they get 1/5 the gravity that they would get on Kerbin's surface. So that was a lot of talk about a little bit of math. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's get to our harvest. So you can do an emergency harvest. Oh, it's ready to harvest. This always seems like this alarm is done before this is done. So harvest, there we go. Give ourselves some more food. Water, I'm noticing for the first time is down around 115 days. I hope that's okay. But whatever. Okay, let's give this time I'm going to set this alarm for 195 days. So this is a raw alarm 195 days from now. So it always seems to go off early. Okay, so we're harvesting our next group of crops. And we do have, you know what, I should also set an alarm for that maneuver, shouldn't I? Before I forget. Give me 5 minutes warning on that maneuver. There we go. So our next harvest is still before, but I'm looking at my water now. I'm a little bit concerned. Why is my... Oh, now it's back to perpetual again. I think it's just the water recyclers kicking on and off. Okay. Time warping to our next... harvest. Yeah, I don't think we're losing water. I think what's happening... I don't know what's happening. I see it keeps bouncing. There's water recyclers, but the water recyclers take the wastewater and get it back. And I think it's not 100%, so we are slowly losing water. There's no doubt about that. Like, there's less water on the ship than there was before. But I think then, you know, the waste... If we look at the water waste, the wastewater, notice it's down to 0. I think that gets up to a certain amount, and then the water recycler kicks on, and then that puts a little bit back, but never as much as what it just took out. But the short of it is that I don't think this number here is... sorry, this 93 days. I don't think that is right. We have escaped the gravitational influence of Ike. Okay. Okay. That's the long and short of it. I certainly hope that's the case anyways, because if it's not, I'm in trouble. Okay, let's get to our... And... the numbers, the little calculator in the VAB told me I had enough water, so I'm going to trust it. Whether Jeb, Bill, Bob, and Valentina trust it, I don't know. I don't know what that warning was. I wasn't paying attention. Are we getting a malfunction? Uh-oh. We have a malfunction of some kind. I missed the warning. Did somebody see it in the chat? We have something broken. Something's broken here. Oh, but maybe it's just something that's not to do with this ship. I don't see anything highlighted. Let's keep going. Go to failures. Go to failure. Oh, failures right here. Dome lights. I think these... Oh, wait. Are these... No, I think these are all on things... It doesn't tell you what vessel these are on. Either way, they're all lights. It doesn't matter. It looks to me like the lights are all working. So I think it's just... It's other stuff. It's not this vessel. At least I hope it's not this vessel. Nav light needs repair is what it said. Okay. I can live without a nav light. I don't think anyone's going to crash into us out here. Solar panel malfunction on the relays. I got to really watch these. As long as they're not this ship, everything else is fine. Okay, coming up to a harvest again. Reserves are getting low on the Ike 1. No, they're not. No, they're not. We're fine. It says like 162 days, but it works on a percentage. So I think it's because the food just dropped below. Like you can see here, it says 15% and went to orange. But, you know, we're getting close. We're only 84. We're getting close. So I think it's just because as a percentage of what we started with, we've used up a lot. I think it's fine. We're fine. We're fine, I hope. Please be fine. Please be fine. Okay. The water's what's unnerving. That it keeps 67 days of water. That keeps... But I think it's really more than 67 days. Alright. Getting a warning here. This is for our harvest. This time I think it came a little early. 4 days according to this to the harvest. So we'll do that last 4 days. That'll bring up our food supply. Okay, so harvest. Does that mean our food's no longer... Yeah, food's no longer in the orange after that harvest, so that's nice. Cool, cool, cool. Do another alarm here for the next harvest. I think, though, we might not get this harvest. This harvest might be after we're home. That might have been our last full space harvest. Because I'm thinking... That harvest is still 200 days away, and, like, that's 101 days away. Getting closer. We can look at it, actually, from out here. Why don't we look at it from... See, we're close. We're getting closer. Keep reading the chat and then noticing the time warp is popping out, and then that's how I'm missing the warnings. Oxygen reserves are dangerous. We're going to get a number of those now. And again, it's just because it's based on a percentage. We've used up like 85% of our oxygen, but yeah, we're in the home stretch now. As long as we got enough to get us home, we're fine. Light on a relay. All right, coming up to this maneuver. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited that we are really... Well, let's not jinx it. No jinxing allowed. Don't say it. Okay. Putting it on. We don't need oxygen. Who needs oxygen? But you see how water's now back to being perpetual again. Because the water recycler just turned on. So it's a little bit weird. But then as soon as it runs out of wastewater... this will go back to whatever it was, but it will have been a higher number than what it was before it went to perpetual. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. Now I'm noticing this is a 1/10 of a second burn. Clearly that. Unfortunately, I really should have put maneuvering thrusters on this thing. I didn't think... Another thing I didn't think about. Like always using the main engines for this kind of stuff is a little bit silly. But... those are the only engines we got. Unless a Kerbal's going to go out and push. That's all we got. Alright, so we're going to do this burn here. I don't have to wait for this to get to 0 because it's not. It's hardly time critical. And again, I'm just doing it very lightly because very little thrust. It's an itsy bitsy witsy burn. I am maybe a smidge more. Gotta be a little careful with all this, but there we go. Fine. Okay, let's set an alarm up for the SOI change. Give me like 6 hours warning. Well, that's minutes. Give me 6 hours warning on that, because SOI changes can be weird. And I'm just going to orient this for the solar panels once again. Welcome back there, Polak. Okay. I should probably put these engines back up to 100 because I'll end up forgetting that they're at only 5%. You know, one of the things that Kerbalism doesn't do is it still gives you infinite throttle range on those engines, which you really kind of, if you've never played with like Realism Overhaul, really kind of realize just how easy that, not easy, but how much of a benefit that is to have infinite throttle and not to have to worry about, you know, being able to make the tiniest of burns. Okay, yeah, we're coming here, aren't we? We are coming for you, Kerbin. I'm going to do a quick save again. So, see how I start the time warp and notice how the encounter with Kerbin suddenly disappears. Water reserves are getting low. No, they're not. We're fine. I'm getting all kinds of warnings now. Roadmate 2. I don't care. But every time I time warp, the encounter disappears. So it's really easy without alarm clock to just blow right by your Kerbin encounter. I've done that before and it's very frustrating. Okay, time warp is stopping. No, we're not going to dive into the atmosphere. That's a normal thing. It's a very common thing to do. In fact, it's really not too hard to, especially if you're just coming from Duna or from Eve, to do some aero braking for your capture around Kerbin. Kerbin's pretty... No, that's my Kerbin encounter. My Kerbin escape. This is what I hate. Just gotta watch my time. Nope, we're there. We're in. See what I mean? Oh, I hate that. Okay. So let's just do our capture. Yeah, no aero braking. Kerbin's pretty easy to aero brake around, but I mean, come on, look at this craft. Do you think it's gonna? No, I'm not gonna do aero braking. I think that is asking for a problem. But what we will do is capture into just an elliptical capture. I don't want to encounter the moon, so get lost, moon. So we're just that's well, it's what it is. There we go. And then we'll make the slight inclination difference here. That'll be a teeny tiny burn. So that's just a 246 meter per second burn. Maybe go a little further just to really make sure we don't end up encountering the moon. I don't want that. That's it. That's it. And it's a 58 second burn coming up in, wow, just 3 days. 3 days. So see, the water supply's held up fine. See, we've still got 41 days of water left. So there was nothing to worry about. Okay, where's Kerbin? There's Kerbin. There's Kerbin. There's Kerbin. If I were ever to do this again, an interplanetary voyage with Kerbalism, is I would go between the streams. Oh, shite. Okay. Well, thank you, NC Davis, for that generous donation. It's very, very, well, but I just realized I just time warped and never set up an alarm because I'm an idiot. So where am I at? Okay, the burn's here, the burn's here. Okay, I did quick save before I time warp. So how about we set up an alarm? Give me 2 minutes warning. That's just... Time warping mistakes don't count. Time warping mistakes don't count. So I went right past. Just because I'm a dummy. So, because I forgot to set the alarm. There we come. That looks a little better. Okay, get KOS ready. And boom. There we go, Kerbin. Kerbin, my precious. Let's put this on free for now. It is slowly rotating, is it not? Boy, it's taking its time getting... Are my reaction wheels failing? Do I have an issue with reaction wheels? Because this... Oh, maybe it's just me. Just feels like it's really not... turning very quickly. There are my reaction wheels. They're saying everything's nominal. Okay, they'd be highlighted if they weren't. Nervous fingers losing ships. Yeah. Those are the kind of things, I don't know. I don't count that. They unlocked the science of time travel. Hey, it really feels like I have less torque. Not sure what's going on here. I'm just looking here. Like, nothing's highlighted. I mean, this has reaction wheels. There, it's under control. And they're saying they're running and normal. So, I don't know. Weird. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Might be I'm anxious. Or maybe, you know what it could be, too. Could be... No, the clock seems to be running okay. And I'm not seeing really much in the way of stuttering when with the gravity wheel. I don't have the lander reaction wheels anymore. That's possible, too. Yep. I could be just getting... Come on, get the burn done! I can inspect the... You know what? After this burn, getting Bill out and doing a whole stack of inspections is probably a pretty decent idea. Because... Yeah. Just to go through... We are now year 2, day 287 into this mission. But... So yeah, we should probably just get Bill to go around, just inspect everything. We don't need anything to go wrong now. Yes, so NC Davis, next week I will be rounding off the flag planting marathon. That is the plan. That is the plan. We are going to be, no matter what happens here, this stream is now done. Even if somehow I end up completely, if it ends in disaster, that's what it's going to end in. But oh, sunrise. Sunrise. I am pretty happy though. You know, little bit of confusion with radiation. Some electrical issues. Some issues with the lander in here wiggling its way out. I'm still not convinced I did anything wrong. I think there's something with... I don't know. I think somehow the gravity ring really messes up the radiation calculation thingy. Okay, we are done our burn, aren't we? Burn complete. Yes. Program ended. Good, good, good. Alright, we are captured. So next step in all this is just to correct this inclination. So I just want to zero this out. Where's my AN there? There it is, 0.4 degrees. Little tiny burn out here. That was a little, there we go. Perfecto. And that means we're in the same plane, and then we'll set up a rendezvous with the plane, and then, yeah. So what we're going to do next, that's coming up in just 20 minutes. Or, sorry, it's only a 21 meter per second burn coming up in 5 hours. But I'm going to, again, I'm hoping this will be Bill's last EVA. This should be Bill's last EVA. Pin that there. Oh, there's something going by here. Don't know what that is. Bill's the one who's definitely had the most fun EVAing. Valentina and Jeb. Jeb hasn't left the seat in here since this started. Valentina at least got to go out and rescue Bill. Or Bob. Sorry, it was Bob that had to be rescued. Okay, that should give him monoprop. It does. Okay, we're going to do a lot of inspecting here. So, science equipment I really don't care about. You know what's kind of cool too about the ship and doing it kind of this way is this ship is going to be spec reaction wheels. There we go. Better get the duct tape ready. That's not encouraging. Okay. Sorry, I was just saying this ship is going to be 100% fine. Like, if I were to continue on with this, I could refuel this ship, restock it all, and it could just go right back out there again. Antennas I care very little about at this point. Inspect the reaction wheels though. Oh, we are crossing radiation. Okay, I'm assuming that's fine. I noticed there was a service, but it was buried, and oh, it could fail any moment. That should be fixing soon. Batteries, if one of those fails, it's not a big deal. Solar panels we inspected not too long ago. Let's just do the engines one more time, and then I think I'm calling it. Yep. Engines are probably fine. Whoop. Come back, come back. That one's fine. That one's brand new, it says. Okay. Oh. So I think, Neil, we've been gone, but this Duna was a pretty view, but come on. I think this is a prettier one. Okay, where are we at? We are getting ready to do another burn. I guess I don't have to worry about the harvesting anymore. I mean, our food's... Oh yeah, we're fine for food. So, yeah. Give me a few minutes warning on that, because sometimes it seems to take a while for this ship to turn around. Okay. Mono check. What are we at for monopropellant? Oh, it's got to be really low. Oh no, we're fine for monopropellant. Our monopropellant is simply being used up by the EVAs, and that's it. Look at everything that's in orange, though. I haven't done a Kerbal check in a little while. Still under 10% stress. Oh, Valentina's at 10%. That's only because she doesn't like Bob. Okay. What do I... Oh, there's my inclination there. So this is just to zero out the relative inclination with... I should probably watch it from here so I can really watch that. Ah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is just to zero out the inclination with our target. Technically, I guess the relative inclination with our target. Okay, not very much. And boop. What's our relative? Oh, I can tell that's fine. Yep, absolutely, Ducky. That is great. Okay, I'm gonna just lock that on ProGrade so we can set up our solar panels. But now it's time to start. So you can center this on Kerbin. This is our target. Maneuver right here, and now this is about getting an encounter with that plane, and we'll get in there and we'll have to oh, that's very possible that Val was in that lander, so her stress went up a little bit. But then again, Bill and Bob were in the lander longer. I don't know. Oh, whoa, I'm going past my encounter spot here. Where is it? There's always, when you do this, there's like a bazillion nodes all on top of each other. We have a 3.5 kilometer separation. Why? Oh, my periapsis is a little bit high. Yep. Okay, let's put this on retrograde. My periapsis is 3.5 kilometers above my target orbit. I shouldn't have been paying attention to that, but probably happened while I made the inclination change. So we'll fix that right now, and then we'll. We're just going to close this gap a little bit. Actually, I think when the DN is right on top of everything, I think that's probably going to be... Oh, no, that doesn't make sense. That's okay. We'll just do this. That should help. Okay, let's try this again. Add a maneuver. No. Can I get... That's probably the last one. Yeah, I'm pushing it. So, back again we come. Okay, now I should be able to get a much closer encounter here. .1, 0.5, 0.1 0. There you go. So that is more like what I'm looking for, and a relative speed of 242.3. So that is a 581 meter per second burn coming up. Nice. Just actually lock that there. Add an alarm. Give me 3 minutes warning. Remembering to do the alarm this time. Okay. F5 again. These are at 100%. Yep, okay. The ring has no radiation protection, killing your average radiation, says John. But that kind of makes it kind of useless, doesn't it? I mean, I'm not sure how to counter that. See, I thought because I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have thought about that. But yeah, the ring is what messed up my radiation protection. But... And I guess that kind of makes sense. It's just inflatable, but at the same moment, kind of makes it so going interplanetary with it is pretty difficult if you can't shield it in any way. You need the med bay upgrade for the hitchhiker, says James. It treats radiation sickness. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So that's probably later in the tech tree than where I'm at. I don't remember ever seeing that. Wow. I mean, I've only been playing this series for like 2.5 years or something like that, and still interplanetary voyages are a challenge. Kerbalism kind of slows you down. Hello there, Belina. Alright, we are just reorienting for this burn. And this burn should be getting us... I really should have put RCS blocks on this thing. Just for fine maneuvering. Because I can see already, you know... Well, we'll see how this burn does. But, We'll see how close our closest approach is, but it certainly is nice after burns like this to have RCS just to give it a couple of puffs to kind of fine-tune your close approach. But oh my goodness, we're in the home stretch now, folks. We are in the home stretch now here. Let's get closer to the burn. So this is a 2-minute burn this time. Probably the biggest burn. Noticing I'm getting the big giant spotlight down there. Giant spotlight illuminating. People are like, you know, all the owls are getting messed up down there. Well, thank you, Belina. With my Minmus Station contract guide. Yeah. That guide as well is going to be coming to an end. I'm planning 2 more episodes of that. And I'm not saying I'll never come back to KSP1, but I think I'm going to be putting my attention into KSP2 once we get to the end of February, at least for a little bit. Kind of playing that out. Of course, KSP2 in early release is only going to have like a sandbox mode, and it's only going to be the Kerbin system. So there'll be definitely stuff to play with, but I'm not sure what if they've released any kind of timeline on when the, you know, upgrades are going to be coming in with the more features added into it. But definitely the plan for me is to do at least a few live streams with KSP2, get in there, play around. Probably end up doing some tutorials in KSP2. Maybe some more math videos. I always have this grand theme of getting back to doing more of the math videos. It never seems to. Those take a lot of work. I never seem to get up the energy to do them again. Oh, KSP, I'm very much looking forward. I'm very much looking forward to the procedural parts in the VAB. Like, it's such a difference, the construction. Hopefully it'll be a good difference, not a bad difference. And of course, just graphically and hopefully gameplays wise, I'm hoping it certainly looks a lot better. Hopefully it'll run a lot smoother. But we still gotta wait another month. Another month, we'll find out. Okay, where is our closest approach at? See, 10, 9, 1.5. So this is where it would be super nice to have. I think I'm just gonna live with the 1.5 kilometer closest approach. This is where it would be super nice to have RCS aboard just to kind of fine-tune that a little bit. But I think I'm just going to leave it. So that's only coming up in 45 minutes. For goodness sakes. Like here, alarm clock, that can go away. Like, we got one more orbit of Kerbin, and we should be finding ourselves a plane. Now, the plane does not have a probe core in it. So we're going to have to EVA somebody over there to grab the plane and bring it in for everybody else. That, again, things could have been planned out better. Let's redo the math, says Dan. Yeah, that's what I mean. The math videos... Whoa, what's going on? Okay. The math videos are all pretty old. And I've always had this desire to just do them again. And I mean... If you've watched the math videos, I think it's in the second video that I do the rocket equation, and I'm doing like calculus, and I'm like, what am I even thinking about doing that? Like, somebody watching that's going, what the hell is this? But I would love to do that series so that it is more accessible to people that don't have a really strong math background. Because I know not everybody's experience with high school math is the best. I think, well, let's not get, I won't get into it. I have my theories let's just say, if I were king of the math world, I would be doing high school maths in schools a lot differently. But it's not a problem unique just to North America and Europe. It's prevalent everywhere. All right, so what do we got here? We're about just under 3 minutes away. I'm gonna have to start zeroing this in here. We still got a relative velocity of 230 meters per second. So let's see if I can, yep, that's bringing that distance down. So that's the first step. Whoa, there we go. We got a closest approach of 47 meters, so didn't need who needs RCS? Who needs RCS? Let's shut down the greenhouse. Sorry, greenhouse, I think we're gonna close you. We can do an emergency harvest, I suppose. There we go. We harvested. You know, Bill just ate the last of the tomatoes. Okay, where are we at? 2 minutes away. We should probably start thinking about slowing this down. Getting off this crazy ride. Whoa, that really pumped up. That knocked off velocity, but really pumped up my... There we go. Now, as long as I can keep... What I like to do is just look at this time, especially for, you know, we're coming in at a pretty decent relative speed, and just try and keep this time from going down too quickly. That's really all you need to do. And watch that... watch that closest approach distance. Oh, there. And it's starting to climb up on me. And the thing to do when that happens is just stop. Stop what it is you're doing. Let yourself get closer. I often, like, a really not uncommon YouTube comment are people telling me, you know, I get close and I do this burn to try and stop, and I end up like 50 kilometers away from the target, and I'm like they set up the whole drift burn and everything, and then they're really far away, and I don't. After they do this part, and I really don't understand. I honestly don't understand what's going on with that. Like, watch this distance. If it starts going up, stop what you're doing. That's it. And start your burn early. Don't leave it to the last second. Maybe that's what it is, because I know there are people out there that will tell people, leave it to the absolute last second and then just do full-on burn. I've seen people say that. And, it's more efficient, and you're like, yeah, it's more efficient, but it's also just kind of dumb, in my opinion. Just take your time. There's no rush. Okay, I really do have to start burning, though. I'm only 40 seconds away. I think I gotta push it this way, yep. Bringing this down, but... Oh, we're starting to push up the time, so that's always a good sign. If you can push up the time, then you're doing fine. Yeah, I think I just need to dance on either side of this. Come back this way. There we go. Bringing the distance down again. I'm only 19 seconds away, so come on, dude. We really gotta start losing some of this velocity. Wow, according to this, there's no way I'm only 10 seconds away. What kind of drugs is this on? There's no way. This is not right. Says I'm 9... Oh, maybe. More thrust. More thrust. I think I'm letting myself get too close. I'm letting myself get to... I was just... Oh, too much talking, not enough. More thrust. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, that was dumb. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about what people having trouble with rendezvous. That's karma. That's karma right there. Where I was just not paying attention. At least I didn't hit it. I didn't come too far from it though. So the thing to do in this situation is to let that go. Don't go chasing after it. That'd be foolish. We're still in an orbit where we're going slower, so we're gonna wait for it to come around on us again. We got lots of food still and stuff. So add a maneuver here. Oh my gosh. So We're going to pop this maneuver up some orbits here. So we're going to have to wait a few orbits. Stop. Okay, maneuver there. So pop that ahead orbit. So we're going to have to wait a few orbits, but that's what time warping's for. And we're back together. And now if I put a maneuver very close to where we are now, I'm just going to tweak our orbit just a little bit. To bring that close approach distance down. There we go. So, what a rockhead. I'm sorry. I deserve whatever scorn people have to throw my way for that little exercise of almost crashing into my space plane. Almost. So right now we're just spinning this around. I'm going to perform this teeny tiny itty bitty witty little burn. It's like nothing. Is it coming around there? Like, oh my gosh, what? Oh, it's on target orbit? Not sure what's going on here. I think the maneuver node is so small it doesn't even know there's a maneuver node there. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. I got to punch it ahead a bit. What is this maneuver? It is prograde. It's very confused on the maneuver. It keeps thinking the maneuver's done. That's what's happening. That's funny. There, I did it. Okay, so we can get rid of this maneuver. Get back to here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't go chasing after it. That'll end up becoming an exercise in frustration. Gosh. Okay. So I'm just orienting solar panels once again. Oh my gosh. But I'm getting my fingers backwards because I'm looking at the ship from the front rather than from the back. There we go. And now what we should find is as we do a bunch of orbits, you can watch this. See, each orbit... What happened here? There it goes. I don't know what's happened there. But with each orbit, these will come closer. Or electric charge. There's no more electric charge on the Ike 1? Whoa, why? Batteries are... Really? They don't have enough to survive? Oh my gosh, the batteries just go out. We got to get this over with. So with each orbit, these are coming closer. See that? Boink. 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 Okay, and there we go. And now we're going to be meeting up with it. So we get a second try. A second try at this. But this encounter will be at least at a lot lower velocity. There it is. Hello again, space plane. That's the joy of orbits. When you're going around in circles, what comes around goes around. You'll see them again. We'll see you again. You're not going anywhere. Okay. This time I'll pay a little more attention to what I'm doing. Now, get a little closer. $180 something meter per second separation. Let's start knocking off velocity. Doesn't help how unnimble this craft is. See, I'm already making excuses. Already making excuses for my sloppy flying. I'm really lucky I didn't hit it. I don't know how far away I was, but I don't think I was too far. I do not think I was too far from just whacking right into it. Oh, that's making my closest approach worse. Try the other way. That's making it better. I'm keeping my throttle just at a constant low here. That's keeping it around 2 minutes. But it's knocking off velocity. That's all it's about. Knocking off that velocity. Then as I get really close, I can just lock it onto the retrograde. I think I'm just going to keep. No more risks. Yeah, it's... Oh, now it's gone to this one. 50 meters. Whoops. I can probably... Yeah, let's cut it. It's at 3 minutes still to the intersect, so we can get ourselves... Let's get ourselves closer. We're only at 24 meter per second relative speed now, so 13 meter separation. And I believe we just rendered, was a bit of a stutter there. I think it just rendered the space plane. I am doing a lot of ignitions that I really should be careful about. And get in like 30 seconds away. Do a final push, as it were. And maybe keeping just off a little bit from the target ain't a bad idea, so that if I do something really colossally stupid once again, that, you know, I don't end up crashing into it. Alright. Getting close and then we're done. And then I think I'm gonna... You know what? Jeb has done like nothing. He's been in this seat the whole time, so I think we will fly Jeb over there. Fly Jeb over there, and let's fly Jeb over there. And he'll bring the plane over. Might have to fly Bill over there too, because that plane might be in rough shape for all I know. Oh, we're coming in now. I like our approach here. I like how we're coming in below it. I think I'm just going to stick it like that. I was going to try and bring this closer, but now I'm very happy with how this is coming out. So, just going to come in close here, and then we'll just zero out this velocity. That's it. Okay. Zero it out. Good. Alright, and let's point at the target, if I can get it going that way. You know, you can't turn off. That's the funny... I find it still funny that I can't turn off the gravity ring. That it clearly uses electricity, because the one time I ran out of electricity, it stopped. Okay, whoop. Stop this crazy ride. There we go. Alright, Jebediah. Still not stopped. It's just doing some wobbling here. Okay, and again, I'm sure He does not have any. Oh, he does have monopropellant. All right, good for you, Jeb. Jeb's like, I don't know what you guys are doing wrong all the time not having monopropellant, but clearly I know what I'm doing. All right, and then we'll find out what the state of this plane is, since we abandoned it like over 2 years ago. Oh, I see a broken light. There's a highlighted light there. It's red, and when it's red, it's like broken, but that's hardly a big deal. Hardly a big deal. As long as Jeb can get it. We'll do some inspections with Bill for sure. Okay. There's no more nitrogen aboard. Okay. Well, Jeb can just stay in his spacesuit. The question is, can we have a little bit of monopropellant left. Let's control from here. Target that. SAS on. Oh, that part's working. That's exciting. Look at that. Jeb blows off 2 years of moisture and dust and everything from the RCS on. From the controls. And says, no problem. Maybe gets a mild shock from something, but that's about it. Okay, will this retract? Of course it will. Going to do a very quick roll here. I'm worried about the magnetometer. That seemed to mess that up. Go back this way. There we go. Oh, of course, because it wouldn't roll around the docking port. It's going to roll around the center of mass of the vehicle, isn't it? And boom, we missed you, space plane. Come on. There it is. Okay. So I'm noticing nitrogen. So let's check out our resource situation here. And well, we can at least steal whatever nitrogen's available. So let's go through it all. We'll go through whatever we got. So, food, we're going to steal some snacks. So, what's the plane? The plane must be, it's not Vessel 3. The plane is Vessel 1, so we're going to fill it up with food. It won't take very long because there's lots of food. Liquid fuel. Let's be a little careful. We can steal some liquid fuel for sure. Let's not go nuts, though. The Mark II rocket fuel fuselage short. Let's just fill that and leave the rest of it alone. And this way we can do some flying when we're... you know what? We're not even going to fill that. We're going to take a little bit. Oh, I see what's happening though. It's stealing it from all over the place. It's stealing it from itself. Okay, we're just going to fill that. Yeah, okay, that'll be enough fuel. 180 units of fuel. Nitrogen. Let's fill up that cockpit with nitrogen and the... Oh, why is the crew cabin and the cockpit two different vessels? That's weird. I don't know what that's about. Mark II crew cabin. Weird. Okay. Okay, that I'm sure will do fine. Okay, oxidizer. It should have only oxidizer. There's no oxidizer on the main ship. Oxygen. Fill that up. There we go. Monopropellant. All it needs to do is... Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. Water. Fill it up with water. Okay. Alright, everybody, let's get aboard. Let's go. Get aboard and go. Okay, and let's see here. Bob. Where is everybody? Where's the hatch? There we are. Okay, for whatever... Sometimes I find that the... Okay, fine, transfer crew. I just don't like doing it this way because I always struggle finding the transfer crew button. There it is. Okay, so Bob needs to go into here. And Valentina needs to get into the cockpit with Jeb. And Bill is going to do one more EVA, and he's going to really go over engines and everything on this space plane. Oh, you know what else we don't? Parachutes, too. One thing at a time. Okay. All right, so let's start with the engines down here. Just realizing I left all the lights on too. Especially these, well, all these engines really. So let's inspect. It's in good shape. I'm shocked. I am shocked. Inspect. How is this? Okay, that one needs to be serviced. And that one needs to be serviced. And that one needs to be serviced. It's definitely a random thing. Okay, now it's fine. And let's see. Solar panels. Might as well, because I don't want to worry about losing electricity on the way down. How? Yep. Service those solar panels. What else? I'm not sure there's much else that needs servicing. That doesn't need service. The reaction wheels in the cockpit. Oh, and life support too. Life support's fine. Reaction wheels are fine. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Bob, get on in there. Batteries. Yeah, I know. I thought about batteries. I mean, I could inspect the batteries. Oh, there's no inspect on the batteries. Okay. I was thinking about the batteries too, but then I thought, nah, it's not like we got far to go. Okay, Bob's on, or Bill's there. Okay, there we go. Okay, we are ready. So, KSC is right here. Let's put it on our thingy. This one. There we go. KSC is right there. So, good. I'm glad it's not on the night side. Might get a sunset. It's going to be close to sunset by the time we're down there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, undock. Oh, that's the wrong. Still controlling from that docking port. And control from here. Close the docking port. Okay. RCS can come off. Might as well get on that solar panel. Even though we're in... Okay, and here, let's get to retrograde. We're going to do a bit of an avoidance maneuver. Make sure I do it right this time. I'm going to go retrograde, which will speed me up and put me ahead. Yeah, that's all. That all makes sense. My God, last. Oh well, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. That should be enough. Okay, and get over to here. We're gonna bring up trajectories. Target the KSC. Our descent profile. Come in prograde. About 45 degrees on the entry. About 30. I don't know, 20 and 10. Always guess at this anyway. Okay. All right. Tuck you up there. And I'm going to start my burn right around here. We might. And retrograde again. Okay. We may just be in. I don't see the ship. No, this is still. I don't know what it is with me. I'm messing up these burns. Okay. Activate or the avoidance maneuver ones. It's like my brain has gone to mush. Okay. So let's do the burn. I'm going to watch it from here. Oh, we have some cross-ranging to do. I'm just noticing that. I didn't realize our orbit was... Oh, wait, I'm just looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the desert one. That's funny. I was looking at the desert one going, oh my gosh. I got to bring it like way to the south. How am I didn't know I was in such an inclined orbit. And it's like, no, you're not. You're just an idiot. Okay. Oh, I hit the wrong prograde. Come on, Jebediah, you know how to fly planes. It's not just about rockets. Okay. Let's go, let's go. Okay, prograde. Let's put this on free so the ground is below us. Always makes flying easier. Put that on surface. Retract that. Should have full batteries going in. We do. Oh, I'm still locked to prograde here. It's fighting me just a little bit. All right, and put this on target here, and we should be getting, yep, our nice numbers here. There, for goodness sakes. Okay. All right, we are ready. We are entering into the atmosphere. So this is it. This is the final leg of our trip. Oh, here it's telling us, see the plane, 2 years, 291 days. This plane's been sitting up there waiting for us. Oh, that's silly. Yep, this is it. This is the last leg of this series. Last time in the atmosphere for this series. A momentous time. I will be definitely doing live streams again. And Kerbalism, it'll come back again. Some way, somehow in the future, I will be back looking at Kerbalism. But just looking at my approach numbers here and just trying to sort of adjust them a little bit. Oh my gosh. I know how to do this. I do. I know how to do this. There we go. Always try to come a little bit short. So I want this to be a little bit eastward. And I can see here I got to come towards the south. And I do have... Oh, wait. Shut down these. Here, wait. One toggles all that. There we go. I do have jet engines, and I downloaded a bit of fuel. So we should be... Speaking of fuel, I don't even know where it's stowed. It's stowed... Oh, it's about... I'm assuming it's symmetric. I hope the weight distribution hasn't been screwed up. Oh, I'm going too far to the south now. I need to come to the north. I'm doing this on time warp, too. That's why I look so sketchy. I think Bob had the most fun. Bill definitely wins the prize for EVA, so. build definitely most EVAs. Okay, there we go. Our north-south line is really good. Actually, we're looking very good. I should be able to just stay very close to what I put in my pre-numbers there, the descent profile thing here. I should be able to just stay really close to that, and everything should be great. Yeah, I definitely have more liquid fuel than I usually do with this journey. I think I put it all... What did I fill? I remember filling something. That's what I filled. This rocket fuel storage can. And then there's little bits of it left everywhere else. Oh, we are way, whoa. Pitch down. Coming well short. That's okay. One looking at my numbers. Look at your numbers. Oh, did I you know what I did? I'm seeing, and I don't know if this is coming in the chat at all, I left all the science. Oh no, it was all transmitted. We had nothing to bring down. We lost all our samples, remember? Okay, I thought for a second I left all the science up there in the Ike 1, but no, it was all transmitted, and we lost all of our samples, so there's nothing left to bring down other than our kerbals. Gaining a little bit of wobbliness just because the only reaction wheels in this thing are in the cockpit, so it doesn't, you know, when you get, as the air gets thicker, it gets harder and harder to hold this angle of attack, which I could have dealt with by putting in some more additional reaction wheels, but I just didn't. It's fine anyway. It's fine. We are way in control here. So it's getting twilighty. Twilighty down there. You can just see the lights of the KSC over here. Coming up. I need to stretch this out just a bit. I need to come a little bit south. But we are doing absolutely fine. No, I don't need to stretch it out. I need to stall it. I'm overshooting. Always wonder with, I can't imagine. I was thinking with KSP2, will they give us flight assists like this? And the answer is probably not. They want you to fail. They want you to just hit the ground hard and come short of the runway. And that's all part of the experience. And then it feels so good when you do it right. We have a lot of altitude, but we've lost a lot of speed, which is not a bad thing. It just means you kind of keep stalling it, and then you dive down to pick up speed and bring it right into the runway. I kind of like this twilight that we got right now. The lights in the plane are showing up. It's a nice time of day. I'm just going to stall it just a little bit more. But I'm honestly thinking I can probably just clear that target, take that off, get rid of trajectories. We're going to do the rest of this just eyeball. Oh, it probably can... Where are my engines? There we go. Got some engines now. I just fired them up. I'm keeping the throttle off still for now. Stalling it just a little bit more. Really want to get kind of... We still got a whole lot of altitude. But I find it easier to come in with a lot of altitude, and then you can stall it, and then you can just kind of drop in. I'm doing it with my head, which of course you guys can't see. Drop in and then swoop onto the runway. No, but like my speed is really low right now. We're going to end up just falling, and we're turning this into here. We're just going to do this. There we go. Go, Jebediah. Go, Jebediah. This would be a good time to quick save. Kind of don't want to pick up too much speed. Now I do have quite a lot of jet fuel. I can fly this thing around, but of course what you want to do is just glide right to the runway. Having to turn on, I got the engines turned on so I can throttle up, but actually using them, of course, takes away from the fun. Oh, look at the pretty towns below us there. Just doing a little bit of wobbling there just to sort of keep my speed from increasing too much. Hooking up some flaps or hooking up some air brakes, of course, would be a smart thing to do, which I didn't do. And again, getting a funny glare like we're flying in a very light haze. Which the first time I saw it, I thought looked pretty cool, but now I think it looks kind of funky. And I'm sure I can get into the scatterer settings and do something about that, but oh well. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was the red dot that Kerbalism was putting, or Kerbal Engineer was putting in. All right, Jeb, here we go. Final approach. I know, I'm seeing, I always get the landing gear, but, you know, as soon as you put it on the landing gear, you get some drag. I'll remember the landing gear. I'll remember the landing gear. Don't worry. Don't worry. Little D there. Though, I mean, to be honest, it's fair enough that you're concerned about that. It is something that I... There, see? There they are. It isn't beyond the realm of reason that I would do something like that. Alright, so after... more than 2.5 years? Oh no, that's the light. I thought there was a yellow failure thing on that front landing gear, but I think it's just the light. Okay, gotta be careful here. I'm going rather slow. This thing's a pretty good glider, but I think I might have bled a little bit too much speed. To be honest, for a space plane, you're probably better off with smaller wings than this thing has, but it's nice for the return journey. All right. Here we are, so we'll pitch up a little bit here. And where is it? Boop, we're down. There we go. So after over 2.5 years, these folks are back on the surface. The ticker tape parade is getting prepared. Our first Kerbals to go interplanetary, land on Ike, and return. Bob and Bill, of course, are the super duper heroes. But that is going to bring this series, this Kerbalism series, after more than 80 streams, if you count them up, there's a lot. After more than 80 streams, this is coming to an end. So I want to thank everybody that is in the chat. I want to thank everybody that's watching this at a later date. And I want to thank everybody that supported this channel over the past couple of years. I've seen this channel just grow and grow, and it's always been a delight to keep saying and keep seeing that continued feedback. So keep it up. I'm not going to be going anywhere. KSP2 is, of course, a month away. We will be going into my Planet Landing Marathon stream next week on Thursday. There's still tutorials coming out. That will be going on still for the next month. So thank you, everybody. And, of course, a very, very, very special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who have been supporting me all the way through this. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll see everybody again on Thursday. Bye, everyone.